welcome back to Top Row Reality, episode 94, part 2.
1 + 1 common core equal 2.
Pay-per-view review of WrestleMania 17, 18, 19, and the big double X 20.
Where it all begins. Again.
It's your favorite.
It is one of my all-time favorite. 21 was good too.
Well, let's start off with WrestleMania X7, 17 for the Common Core Challenge out there. It was April 1st, 2001. They do, I know, because they didn't want 17. They didn't want 13 either.
What's wrong with 17? Is that unlucky?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
There's no telling. Let's change it up a little bit. Let's go numbers. Let's go Roman numerals. Let's go back to numbers. Let's go to let's don't say a number at all.
Right, it sounds really old if you say a number, so it's just WrestleMania with a play button, because we're in Silicon Valley.
And now we're WrestleMania with horns, because we're in Texas.
Does it have numbers again?
I don't think there's a number. I ain't seen no number. That's why I got messed up. Forgot it was 32.
It's so stupid.
And then 33 sounds like it's going to be in Orlando. They had made it official. I guess they're probably doing that wrong.
We're close. We're going to be close this time.
I'm waiting for them to go back to Orlando.
I'm going to be driving to Orlando.
You try Orlando again?
Again? I know. We went to Miami.
You went to Miami. Yeah, go to Orlando. Don't go to Miami.
No, I'm not going 14 miles. It's 14 miles. I'll go 14 miles. I will never go 14 hours again.
No, definitely not Miami. To anybody who watches Miami, okay. Let's go.
Yes, I'm sorry for joking about
X7, April 1st, 2001. We had one heat match. It was X Factor, just incredible. X-Pac with Albert on the outside defeated Steve Blackman.
Steve Blackman.
Yes, and Grandmaster Sexay in 2 minutes and 46 seconds.
That is a team that I think there could have been a lot more to.
What,
the three-man team of
X
Factor.
Yes.
They did not do well with that.
They did not.
They did not know how to push that. They just made them kind of a jobber.
And if you take Albert out, still X-Pac and Just Incredible would be a good team.
Would still be.
Pretty much same size.
Yes.
You know,
they ruined that.
They did.
So sad, people. The first
Why
match
did they lose to Cheesehead and
They did beat Cheesehead, or Head Cheese, or whatever it was.
It's like one half of Head Cheese and one half of Too Cool.
It's what it was.
Why?
So, Two Cheese, or Head Cool.
Head Cool.
Head Cool. Intercontinental Championship match is your first match of the pay-per-view.
Start off.
Well, it started off 7 minutes and 8 seconds. Jericho defended his championship and defeated William Regal to retain.
Oh, you already did the time.
I did the time.
Oh, you jumped out the time there. And the next match on the card, it was a six-man tag team match. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord.
See how much time they had?
Yes, 3:52. 3:52 for a six-man tag team match.
They each got like one movie.
While they were in the back talking, running their mouths, talking to Pee Wee Herman, I guess everybody was coming down to the ring. So when they come back to the ring, they're already there. Let's start the match. But it was Tazz and the APA, Bradshaw and Faarooq, defeating the right to Censor, the Goodfather, Val Venis, and Bubba Buchanan with Stevie Richards on the outside.
See, I don't understand why they didn't change Val Venis when he was from right to Censor. They changed Godfather to Goodfather. Why didn't they change Val Venis' name? Because Venis is close to...
Yeah, they should have went to what he was before.
Sean Morley.
Yeah, it's what he should have become. That would have been better for right to Censor than being Val Venis.
He later on did Sean Morley and did Chief Morley as well.
Just it could have been Pal Penis.
What in the world was that? Anyway.
You've been attacked by Pal Penis.
I'm scared!
You've been attacked by Pal Penis.
Probably. Pal Penis.
That's the TNA wrestler, sorry. So
that is true. Yes, so you did the time and everything. Okay,
yes,
Kane and Raven.
Shocked. Yes.
Kane and Raven. I was like, Kane and Raven?
It was a triple threat.
Triple threat for the Hardcore Championship in a hardcore match. 9 minutes and 17 seconds. Kane defeated Raven, who was the Hardcore Champion, and the Big Show. That's when they went through the glass in the back. They were like all fighting in the back, and there was some glass. I think Big Show put Raven through it.
Oh, really?
Like a glass window.
Like a fake office?
Like an office type thing, yeah.
Was it a real office building or a fake office building?
I think it was fake.
Probably so.
Probably set up just for that.
Yes. So far, yeah, right.
So far, the pay-per-view sucks.
Yes. Up next, we have a European Championship match.
European
Val Venis.
Get it?
As Eddie Guerrero and Perry Saturn defeating Tazz, who was the European champion, in 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
Wow, the hardcore title got more than that. Wow. They got 9:17. That's horrible. Next, we have the 5th match of the pay-per-view, Kurt Angle defeating Chris Benoit in 14 minutes and 4 seconds. They got a pretty decent time.
So far, Chris Jericho and William Regal, then Benoit and Angle. The rest is like, huh,
the rest of them, you could take them or leave them. They could have been gone from the pay-per-view and wouldn't have hurt it.
Nope. And we're back to a big snoozer again as we have the Women's Championship match as Chyna defeated the champion Ivory.
Who was part of Right to Censor at the time.
It was, yeah. Right to Censor, not a good night for Right to Censor.
Ooh.
In 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Great time.
Almost as long as
match.
the sixth person that her group was in. Oh, and look at here. It's like deja vu. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
The seventh match of the pay-per-view, Shane McMahon. Yes. The guy who just returned. Look at me, Dad. I'm dead. Stop it. Ladies and gentlemen, Shane McMahon defeated his father. Yeah, fired. Vince McMahon with
so this is top row reality theater?
Yes, absolutely. Defeated Vince McMahon with Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley at ringside. And I believe Trish also brought Linda McMahon out there. And then Trish turned on Vince by beating up Stephanie. And then Linda got up and gave a good kick to the GoDaddies. And if you watch it, Vince's legs are too close together. And Linda's standing there and waiting. And so then all of a sudden Vince separates his legs. And then she kicks. It's like he was like, oh, wait, that's my cue. Separate.
And it's up, and it's good.
Exactly. Street fight with Mick Foley as a special guest referee. 14 minutes and 12 seconds. It's like Foley has to be involved in every match McMahon is in.
Yeah, he loves them.
It's kind of weird.
Up next was a TLC match for the Tag Team Championships. As we had Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon, and the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy.
The Dudleys were the champions.
The Dudley Boys were the champions in this match, but they were defeated by Edge and Christian in 15 minutes and 47 seconds.
If you look back at the history of TLC, the Edge and Christian always ended up seeming to win.
They did.
It's kind of weird.
It was their match.
It was their match. When you combine them all together, it's their match. But if it's just a table, it's the Dudleys.
Right.
If it's just ladders, it's the Hardys. But if you combine all three things together, it's all about Edge and Christian. It's kind of weird.
Now we need another good one.
We do. Wonder if that's where we're heading.
No.
Dudleys, Usos, SummerSlam.
Yeah, that'd be better.
It would be good. It would be a good match for SummerSlam.
It would be a good match for SummerSlam.
Next we're gonna have the
Oh my God! That's a battle royal. Sorry. Look at the time for the battle. That's oh my Lord!
They were all old. They had to get them out of there quick.
They might, like I said.
Look at it, and it's uneven.
Let's go back to the back and talk to Pee Wee Herman again while everybody gets their old ass in the ring because we can start it when we get back because this is terrible.
No, and it should have been, if it was WrestleMania 17, it should have been a 17-man gimmick battle royal.
Thank you. If you're
gonna do uneven numbers, might as well do it uneven with the number of the pay-per-view.
Exactly.
But Iron Sheik won by last, eliminating Hillbilly Jim in a 19-man gimmick battle royal in 3 minutes and 7 seconds. And literally, Iron Sheik did nothing the entire match but sit back and watch, and everybody else did all the work because he's so daggone old.
The match, a little push, and Hillbilly went over.
Yes, because Hillbilly was still in good shape.
Gobbledygooker, Brother Love,
Sergeant Slaughter,
Repo Man,
the Bushwhackers,
the Bushwhackers,
Kimchi,
Duke the Dumpster Drosy,
the Goon was in it. It was horrible.
You say Kimchi,
I said Kimchi.
Probably Kamala then if Kimchi was in, if he could walk.
Well, he had his legs still then.
Okay, so Kamala.
Send your hate mail to MikeHogan@gmail.com.
Yes.
Lord.
Okay,
Anyway.
episode 94. Yes. Up next was a decent match. It was one of Undertaker's matches to try to survive the career. You know, don't lose this career. Don't use the streak to stay in there, Undertaker.
This is the first of 3 Triple H matches.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania.
As Undertaker defeated Triple H in 18 minutes and 57 seconds. That's the highest number right now.
Until we get to the main event.
Yeah.
The 11th. 11 matches on the pay-per-view because they all had like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to time things out very well.
They don't.
The 11th match of the pay-per-view was Stone Cold Steve Austin defeating The Rock in a no DQ WWF Championship match, with The Rock losing his championship in 28 minutes and 7 seconds. I think this was their 3rd WrestleMania facing each other? Second? No, because here's the 3rd one. That's where Austin retired right here. We'll be going over in a minute. So this was the second time. I think they fought each other 3 times at WrestleMania.
Well, which time did he turn on him? That time?
Could have been.
Because, he turned on him and shook hands with Vince was a terrible heel turn.
Terrible. Remember, and the 2-man power trip with Triple H.
Yeah, which worked good until he blew out his quad.
And then, Triple H ruined that. And then, yes, it was here. Because he blew out his quad, and then guess what happens? The WCW invasion happens. Austin doesn't have anything because Triple H is gone. So Austin joins the invasion. Boom! Gave you the whole thing. Yeah. You're welcome.
Which would have been better if it... Yeah.
Would have been better if they did it right. Yeah. WrestleMania 18 is up next with March 17th, 2002, with one heat match of Too Cool Rikishi. Scotty 2 Hotty, because Grandmaster Sexay was probably fired by then, defeated Mr. Perfect. Oh, and Albert was part of the match with Too Cool. Because he was the hip-hop hippo back then. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you remember that.
Well, I'm sorry. It was part of it. Because when Rikishi pulled off of Scotty 2 Hotty, it was Scotty 2 Hotty and Albert as Too Cool, and Albert was the hip-hop hippo. I'm sorry. Defeated Mr. Perfect.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Lance Storm.
I'm really sorry.
And Test. Not so much. Then a 6-man tag with Jacqueline.
They had to get her boobies out there in a short cut off.
A special guest referee matchup with her as special guest referee. 3 minutes!
And with the cut-off referee shirt,
3 minutes and 6 seconds. Wow.
At least go the number of people in the ring. Jeez.
Shorter than the 6-man at the pay-per-view beforehand. Or the WrestleMania beforehand. Sad.
That is sad. Up next to start the pay-per-view was the Intercontinental title.
Look at 2 years in a row. Intercontinental title. Look who's in the match. 2 years in a row.
Your champion, William Regal, was defeated by Eddie.
And he lost 2 years in a row in the Intercontinental title. But the time before he was trying to get the belt.
Yep. And he had the belt and he lost it to RVD in 6 minutes and 19 seconds.
Booyaka.
Yes, not 4:20.
But booyaka 6-1.
Because trust me, if I was a writer, I would book a match for RVD to be 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Of course. The second match of the pay-per-view, oh Lord. In a European Championship, 6 minutes and 8 seconds.
Did not know he was European champion.
This was right before he had to retire because of a bad back, which ironically now
it's fine.
He's probably got the best body for wrestling now because of DDP Yoga. It ain't your mama's yoga. Go online to ddpyoga.com. All right.
It's me.
It's DDP. Yes, Positively Page. He had his own book. I don't know why. But anyway, DDP defended and retained his European Championship against his protege. Because that's what he was doing all the time. Trying to get Christian to smile and to be better. Because DDP always did that. Yes. And he defeated Christian to retain his championship. And that was his one and only WrestleMania moment.
Everybody's going to have
Sucks. Because they did not know how to use DDP.
Or Sting.
That's true. They bring in DDP as a stalker to Sarah.
Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you ever saw Sarah. But ain't nobody stalking that woman.
He's pretty damn hard up. That's all I got to say.
No, it probably didn't help it. He probably was not hard up at all. If you know what I mean. Because let me tell you, when you go from being, I know he's divorced by this time, but when you go from being married to Kimberly Page and you had 2 choices in the world. Okay, here's Kimberly Page. Yes, I'm divorced. I'm not going to get married to her again. But I had it and I enjoyed it and I made children with her. Okay, this is the end of the world as we know it.
Yes.
That's the song, I think. But anyway.
I feel fine, yes.
So you have DDP and you have Kimberly Page. Okay? They were married, divorced, got children. Okay? Over here, you have Sarah. I'm going to stalk her. I'm going to try to get with her so I can get at the Undertaker. I really want to be with Sarah. Ladies and gentlemen, if it was the last thing in the world, he would probably just never be with a woman again.
Yes.
Because there's no comparison when you look at Kimberly Page and Sarah. Why do you think Undertaker doesn't have his tattoo on his neck anymore?
Yeah, go through the pain of taking it off.
Well, he got it and he got to take it off, and then he got like a weird neck thing all around his neck now. I'm telling you, she wasn't nothing to look at.
No.
They brought her to TV. Vince should have said, why are we putting her on TV?
She has a face for radio.
Oh, amen. Because that was ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you give the time?
6 minutes and 8 seconds. I probably did.
Up next was the Hardcore Championship, which I'd probably be a hardcore match as well.
I wonder. Isn't that weird?
As your champion, Maven.
Oh, gosh.
Maven.
Probably how Goldust said it.
And Goldust ended in a no contest in 3 minutes and 15 seconds over Maven.
Why, people?
Why? Yes. But that's pretty much a title that everybody pretty much. A referee, 1 minute, no matter.
Yeah.
Well, the 24/7 rule, which was a good rule, but anybody could,
It was kind of annoying though. It's like, oh, I was the champion for 5 minutes or 30 seconds.
My contract says you're supposed to give me a championship, hardcore title.
Yep.
I'll keep it. You get it at the beginning of the Raw, and you'll lose it at the end of the Raw.
So stupid. The fourth match of the pay-per-view was a very odd pairing. Kurt Angle facing Kane. He defeated Kane 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Why? I don't know why they were feuding.
No telling.
It's very weird. I'll tell you that much.
Yes. Up next, when a no DQ match, it was another streak match for The Undertaker. The Undertaker defeated Ric Flair. Woo! In 18 minutes and 47 seconds. The Nate went down.
In the sixth match of the pay-per-view, Edge defeated Booker T in 6 minutes and 32 seconds. And you know why they were feuding? Do you know?
Not really. Same as Kurt Angle and Kane.
Oh, we know about this one, though.
What was that?
Edge got a Japanese commercial. And Booker T was in the runnings for that same commercial. And he was upset because Edge won the commercial over him. And it was for shampoo. Why would Booker T be in a shampoo commercial in Japan? Not even in America. Why would he be in a shampoo commercial?
It's great WWE writing.
A shampoo commercial. I'm mad at you. You got a shampoo commercial.
He took my commercial.
So I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania.
And he did.
He did not.
He did not.
And Booker T has never had a very good win-loss record at WrestleMania.
He has not.
He lost to Triple H for the championship.
Yeah, went in champion and got beat by him.
Oh, and that's coming up next. In the next pay-per-view. Weird. It's like I planned
It's
it.
like you knew it.
Am I done?
No, you're not done. I'm next now.
Where are we at?
Up next is the one that Austin did not want to fight. But he ended up fighting Scott Hall and beating Scott Hall in 9 minutes and 51 seconds. Austin has a great record at WrestleMania.
He does. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have the seventh match of the pay-per-view. Billy and Chuck, the WWE Tag Team Champions, defeated APA, Faarooq and Bradshaw, the Dudley Boys, Bubba and Devon, Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff in a four corners elimination championship matchup. 13 minutes and 50 seconds. Kind of short, though, for four teams.
It is kind of short, yeah.
Should have been at least like 20, 22
But you
minutes.
had to save some time for the next. The Icon versus the Icon.
Just surprised they didn't go longer.
They should have won the main event, probably.
Dude, Triple H actually said that him and Jericho both were fighting for Hogan and Rock to be in the main event.
Which that's what it is. Hogan and Rock.
Sorry.
As The Rock defeated Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Hogan.
In 16 minutes and 23 seconds. Yeah, that should have been your main event. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's true. Even though he is a component for championship matches being in the main event.
But when you got a match that outshines your championship match,
Yep.
I'm fine with it. But when you don't, John Cena, John Laurinaitis, no.
Yeah, that's not something to outshine anything like that.
That should never main event a pay-per-view, any pay-per-view.
No.
Not in a pay-per-view you get on the network pay-per-view.
That shouldn't. That would not even. That
I
honestly,
shouldn't even main event Raw or SmackDown or NXT or Superstars.
that would not
Even
even.
John Cena.
Not even be a main event for a WCW pay-per-view, and
That's
they put
sad.
anything on a pay-per-view. Did you know Brutus Beefcake was in a main event for WCW?
No.
He fought Hogan for the belt.
Wow, that's shocking.
They are hard up, seriously, for some main event talent if Brutus Beefcake is in your main event.
Yes. Okay, up next.
Where are we at?
We're at
Title match,
we're
women's.
at 11.
The 11th match of the evening, which is the 10th match of the pay-per-view, Jazz, who was the women's champion, defeated Trish and Lita. That is two good ones to beat.
Yeah.
Triple threat women's championship match, 6 minutes and 16 seconds.
And in your main event, It was Triple H defeating your undisputed World Heavyweight Champion Chris Jericho with Stephanie McMahon.
Ooh.
In 18 minutes and 41 seconds.
41 seconds.
So you can't put over Jericho, but you want to put over Roman Reigns.
Isn't that weird? And he put over Daniel Bryan. But not Jericho, and not Booker T! Oh, Lord.
He had to put over Daniel Bryan because everybody loved him.
WrestleMania 19, March the 30th, 2003. Your heat match was Lance Storm and Chief Morley, who were the, oddly enough, tag team champions.
The World Tag Team Champions.
We had the splits.
Yeah, we had the splits here.
With Bubba and Devon Dudley as their insurance policies, if you will.
Yeah.
Because they were aligned with Eric Bischoff at the time, which was weird. Defeated Kane and RVD on Heat. Kane and RVD was on Heat.
And so were the Dudleys, and so were the World Tag Team Champions.
7 minutes and 2 seconds. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, because we're going to find a match on here that should have made it to Heat. While the World Tag Team Champions should have been on the pay-per-view card.
You right.
And we'll start off with a Cruiserweight Championship match. As Matt Hardy, your Cruiserweight Champion with Shannon Moore in his corner, defeated Rey Mysterio. Not really. Oh, yeah, because that's when he kept losing weight.
He kept having to try to lose weight.
5 minutes and 37 seconds.
Couldn't hit the target weight. That's hilarious.
That's when he became fat Hardy. Next. Wow, no wonder it's up that high.
What do we have?
It's the Undertaker Street match.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember this?
I do.
The Undertaker defeated Big Show and A-Train in a handicap match in 9 minutes and 42 seconds. And here's why. Because the FBI, not A-Train and not Big Show, but the FBI attacked Nathan Jones on the day of WrestleMania and ended up making it, because it was going to be a tag team match. Because they were trying to put over Nathan Jones, who took his ball and went home, by the way. They don't talk about that, though. No, but he's doing quite well in the movie, so.
He is.
But he and Nathan Jones were supposed to take on Big Show and A-Train. And they set it up to where FBI took out Nathan Jones, and it made it a handicap match. Very odd. Very weird.
Oh, yes.
But he defeated Big Show and A-Train.
And only counted for one instead of 2 wins. It should have been counted for 2 wins. It should be 2 people.
He did beat 2 people.
But that's another story for another day. Up next, we have another triple threat women's championship match. As your champion, Victoria was defeated by Trish Stratus, who also beat Jazz in 7 minutes and 17 seconds.
Absolutely.
To become the women's champion.
Absolutely.
That's why Trish should become one of the best.
Absolutely. And then we have Team Angle, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas, the WWE Tag Team Champions, in a triple threat, defeated Los Guerreros, Eddie Guerrero and Chavo Guerrero, and Chris Benoit Rhino. Odd pairing. 8 minutes and 48 seconds.
Here's another good one, and he got enough time, and he deserved to have enough time here. As Shawn Michaels defeated Chris Jericho in 22 minutes and 34 seconds. Great match.
It was a great match.
And they went for the whole.
They went for the whole hug and handshake at the end,
thing.
and then blah, got kicked in the mouth.
You know.
Next up is your title match.
Yes.
Title match, ladies and gentlemen. Triple H defending the World Heavyweight Championship with Ric Flair in his corner, defeated Booker T. It was 18 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yes.
Good amount of time.
But
Why couldn't Booker T win the belt?
He should have won the belt.
And if he would have won the belt, Triple H would have got back from him, and he would already be up there with the streak. He would have been past John Cena's number, because I think right now he's only at 14 times.
I think he's at 14 times.
You have a 14, you have a 15, and a 16 right now. Who's gonna get us fast? So let's keep injuring John Cena.
Yes. He'll get it back. Up next was a street fight between Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon. Had Hogan lost, he would have been forced to retire. But he did not lose. He defeated Vince McMahon like everybody does when they face Vince McMahon at WrestleMania. And this match was 20 minutes and 47 seconds.
Do you remember who came out in a trench coat in this match?
No.
Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Oh, in a trench coat.
He had a trench coat because he had a pipe or something with him. I don't know what it was.
And we're trying to build back to WrestleMania 1.
Wasn't it weird? But anyway, because that's when Piper came back, and then he was trying to help Vince win, blah, 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 blah.
Don't forget Hogan. Hey, we got Hogan and Piper in the ring at WrestleMania again. Woohoo!
Woo! WrestleMania moment! And then that led on to Piper managing Sean O'Haire, which was a disaster because they didn't push it.
Could have been good.
Could have been good. They didn't want to push it. And then, of course, Roddy Piper loses the job because of comments he made on ESPN. Stupid.
So, and then he went away and they come back. So.
He did. Every single time. I think he's literally been fired more times than anybody in the history of the WWE.
Yes.
Well, besides maybe Goldust. He's been there like 17 times.
And Jim Ross.
And that guy too, yes, that's true. Who's next? Is that you? Me?
No, I did Hogan and
Okay,
Vince.
the 8th match of the pay-per-view was The Rock defeating Stone Cold Steve Austin in their third and final battle in 17 minutes and 55 seconds. And I believe that is the night, that may have been the pay-per-view, it was one of the pay-per-views, I think it was that one, where the man thought he was having a heart attack. Stone Cold thought he was having a heart attack before the match happened. Like the day, like that
That's
day,
right, I remember
they
that,
take him to the hospital.
Yes.
He may have been having an anxiety attack or something. But anyway,
It's kind of weird.
it was. But that was his retirement match right there, ladies and gentlemen.
And that was it.
Doing it right at WrestleMania.
No more.
And he did it right because he put over The Rock.
He did.
That's the way you do it, ladies and gentlemen.
And in the main event, it was for the WWE Championship. Had Angle been counted out or disqualified, he would have lost the title. His opponent was Brock Lesnar, who defeated Kurt Angle and almost broke his neck.
He did.
And it was 21 minutes and 7 seconds. 21:07.
He was severely concussed, and I think Kurt Angle was wrestling with a broken freaking neck.
Crashing the side.
He was already. You had 2 broke necks in the same ring. Because
Yes.
as far as I know, that's what was going on. They had to give the belt over to Brock because Kurt had a broke neck and he had to go have surgery.
And
So that would not have flown these days. He would have been stripped of the belt just like they did of Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
He would not have been able to go to WrestleMania to lose the belt.
Nope.
Because if somebody wrestled right now in WWE with a broken neck, WWE would be in so much trouble.
No broken necks, no concussions. They think you got a you even smell of a concussion, your ass is sitting down.
Sounds like a concussion. No! Sit in the house. WrestleMania 20, where it all begins again
My
live.
neck on that one.
And in Technicolor, March the 14th, 2004.
That's an early one.
Exactly. At Madison Square Garden. At the Mecca of all arenas, ladies and gentlemen. We start out with a big one.
Well, they could I wish you could take away the main event. Erase it from history.
No heat match, ladies and gentlemen, but you start
No
out.
dog matches.
No. You start out, ladies and gentlemen, with a slobber knocker because they put over the future face that runs the place because it was John Cena defeating Big Show, who was at this time the United States champion. He picked up the biggin and got him up for what was called at that point the FU, now known as the Attitude Adjustment.
Because you can't tell people FU.
Can't say that no more. And it lasted 9 minutes and 14 seconds. That's good. You start a pay-per-view off with about a 10-minute match.
Yes.
That's good.
Not 3 minutes.
Not 3. 10 minutes, get them going. And they were rocking and rolling with this match.
They were. Up next, we had another title match. It was a fatal 4-way for the World Tag Team Championships. As your team and champions, Booker T and RVD, defeated Kane and Jindrak, the Dudley Boys, and La Resistance. I know.
It was Dupree and Conway at this time.
Yes, Rene Dupree. And
Where was Sylvain Grenier?
He's already gone. Lance Kidd and Mark Jindrak.
I know, you were like Kansas City.
I know, I love that. So you gotta move it in there. Next.
Next.
Oh yes, that was a good one.
And now Jindrak is now known as Marco Coralona or something like that. He wrestled in Mexico. It's Mexican. Nobody can say it. Anyway, Spanish. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Spanish. My bad.
Yes.
Anyway, the third match of the pay-per-view was Christian with Trish Stratus defeating Jericho. 15 minutes and 3 seconds. And that is a misprint.
It is a misprint.
It was Christian that defeating Jericho with Trish Stratus. Trish accompanied Jericho to the ring. This is my pay-per-view right here. I know. He came out with Trish, and then and during the match, Trish got in there and he slapped her. She got a slap across the face by Trish. And he got turned on. And then you had the lip lock of all lip locks after they won. Yep. Up at the top of the stage, Christian and Trish, they were going at it.
Oh Wait, slap, turn, I'm burning here.
Exactly. I mean, they were just making out. That was crazy.
Hey.
It was like Christian's wife was probably pissed.
Yeah, well, yes.
And of course, Trish had been dating that same guy for all them years.
And all Chris said, "It's my job, baby. It's my job. I have to do it." I didn't enjoy it.
Never.
Did it look like I was enjoying it? Thank you. I did my job right. There you go. Hundreds of millions of people. I had to make it look like it was. I really liked.
But see, they were putting over Christian as a singles wrestler, doing it right.
Trying to. And like I said, it's another one who got a title because somebody could not continue to wrestle. Hey, that happens. Up next was Evolution. Randy Orton, Batista, and Ric Flair defeating The Rock and Sock Connection. A handicap match. That's Rock and Mick Foley in 17 minutes flat.
17. Go from 9 to 7 to 15 to 17. It's pretty good there. Yep. I get the horrible match. The fifth match of the pay-per-view was Tori Wilson and Sable defeating Stacy Keibler and Miss Jackie Gata in a Playboy evening gown match in 2 minutes and 41 seconds. I tried to give him 10 more seconds.
Get more time, yeah.
I tried to say 51 instead of 41. They needed 0 seconds. They needed no time.
Here we got another big one. 11 minutes, 31 seconds. It was the Cruiserweight Open Cruiserweight title match.
Cruiserweight Open Cruiserweight title?
The Cruiserweight Open Cruiserweight title match, yes.
Cruiserweight Open Cruiserweight title, okay.
For the Cruiserweight title, yes.
Cruiserweight Open Cruiserweight title for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yes, that was it. As your champion, Chavo Guerrero, with classic Chavo. Classic with a S. Defeated Ultimo Dragon, Shannon Moore, Jamie Noble, Funaki, Nunzio, Billy Kidman, Rey Mysterio, Tajiri, and Akio.
Which is Jimmy Wang.
Jimmy Wang.
And this is And this is the
the match.
This was the match that Ultimo Dragon.
Oh, that's
no, I'm not talking about that yet.
The next one.
No, because we had 2 trips in a row. That's what I got to tell you. Ultimo Dragon came out to his one and only WrestleMania and tripped on the stage. Okay, Lillian Garcia. And then we go to the 7th match of the pay-per-view.
He said, "I meant to do it."
Of
course. To be right on WrestleMania moment.
That's what you're remembered for, because in the 7th match, it was Goldberg defeating Brock Lesnar. Stone Cold Steve Austin was your special guest referee, and that couldn't save it. 13 minutes and 43 seconds, because the internet was buzzing at this time. It was big-time news that both of them were leaving, and WrestleMania was their final match for both of them.
Don't let that get out. You don't care what you do. You don't let that get out.
They booed both of them. They hated the whole match. And on top of that, I told you there was 2 trips. Actually, Goldberg, when he did his whole like, blah, blah, kick, blah, 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 he tripped also. He caught himself, but he lost his balance doing his blah, 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 blah.
I guess it is okay.
Hilarious. 2 trips in 2 matches. That's awesome.
I get another one here. Another fatal 4-way for the tag team championship.
2 fatal 4-way. They copied each other.
They did that because they have nothing else to do. But I wish they would do that a little bit now. But we didn't keep. We got tag team. We ain't gonna show them on TV.
It's true.
Well, we had Too Cool, Rikishi and Scotty as the tag team champions. I have no clue. Because one's got a big ass, the other one doesn't work. I don't know. They defeated the world's greatest tag team, Hosh and Benjamin. Hosh and Benjamin. I was looking at Basham here. Hosh and Benjamin. And the Basham brothers, Doug and Danny, and the APA, Bradshaw and Faarooq. In 6 minutes and 8 seconds.
Huss. Huss, kind of like, there you go.
Hey,
there's a Brody. Close. Hush.
Berserker, which if you look on the network or the little fast track things, he tries to do a speech. That's what they need to do with him. Don't let him talk.
Who?
John Nord.
Oh.
I'll show it to you.
That's why they had to do that, because he couldn't talk apparently.
Watch the AWA speech. Woo!
So weird though.
Oh, was it WCW? No, it was AWA. Yep.
Nord wasn't in WCW, was he?
He could come and go.
I wouldn't even know. But anyway, then we had I actually enjoyed this.
It wasn't because Eric Bischoff was the little announcer. So yeah.
Okay. I actually enjoyed this, but it should have been given more time because Molly Holly basically said, look, I don't have a match for WrestleMania. I want a match. I'll even put my hair on the line to get a match. And this is what was going on backstage. She just wanted a match. Yep. And they took her seriously. So we got a hair versus title match for the Women's Championship. And it only lasted 5 minutes and 4 seconds where Victoria retained her championship and defeated Molly Holly, who got the whole cue ball. They
Poor
scalped her.
Poor Molly.
But it gave her something to work with every week, trying to put a wig on and stuff, just like Kurt did when they shaved his head.
Yes.
It works. Speaking of Kurt.
Speaking of Kurt, it's for the WWE Championship. I remember this match. Eddie Guerrero, the WWE Champion, defeated Kurt Angle because of a loose boot.
A loose boot because he thought his ankle was swelling because of the ankle lock.
Yes.
It was swelling, so he had to loosen his boot. Oh, isn't that weird?
21 minutes and 36 seconds. That's a good title match. 21-36.
Yes, it very much so was. And then, the 11th match of the pay-per-view, you had The Undertaker, the return of The Undertaker, not the American Bad Bootay.
No.
But the dead man, The Undertaker, who also returned with his stepfather, maybe? Something?
No, his father.
No, that wasn't his father. It was Kane's father.
That was his father, too.
No, he had his own daddy. His mother cheated on his father with Paul Bearer.
What the hell does daddy look like being that? He cheated with Paul Bearer. Holy moly!
White face.
Yes.
With Paul Bearer defeated Kane. 6 minutes and 36. That's it. 6 minutes 36 seconds. Really?
Get in there and get out. Streak continues. They might have when they started counting, because you know that Lala went on, then they started like, hey, 12. And like, what the
Where'd that come from? Because I know like the first probably 10 of them, they didn't even say nothing
about no streak.
He may have started the...
Then somebody else go, hey, you know, I'm taking to win every year. Let's go with streak.
Like, how did we not notice he was winning every year?
I know.
Vince, you're a genius.
Who doesn't write this stuff down? I got something for you. You're going to win every year at WrestleMania for 20 years, 21 years, and then it's going to be thrown away, and a black dude's going to be shameful, and his mouth's going to be wide open. He's going to be memes all over the world.
The Undertaker guy. What?
And yes. And the main event, which they want to erase from history.
Ooh. There we go.
It was a triple threat for the World Heavyweight Championship, which, hey, the World Heavyweight title, once you have your WWE title in the main event, but hey, I don't run the WWE.
Because it's Triple H.
That is right. That's why it was pretty much the longest match of the night.
Ooh,
at 24 minutes and
21?
51 seconds, as Chris Benoit defeated Triple H, who was the World Heavyweight Champion, and Shawn Michaels by submission. He's made him tap out.
He did.
24-51.
He made Triple H tap out, didn't he?
And we had Chris Benoit.
Or did he make Shawn tap out? This was Triple H, wasn't it?
Hunter took the fall, which is good for Hunter.
It is good.
Try to build Benoit up.
Couldn't lose to Booker T.
Didn't know he was a crazy person.
They did not know at the time.
And we had Benoit, who was the World Heavyweight Champion, and we had Eddie Guerrero, two radicals from WCW, in the ring, holding their belts up.
Isn't that awesome?
And then
It was a great pay-per-view. WrestleMania 20 was one of my favorites.
It is. Well, speaking of one of your favorites,
One of my favorites, we're going to talk about it.
we are going to talk about it next. It's in the news. When
Big
Shane come back, it's been brought up. Is
lot.
the brand split coming back?
Is it going to happen?
And you love the brand split. That's
I
your
love it.
favorite thing.
It gives more people
does.
things to do. I don't want to see Kevin Owens or AJ Styles or Jericho on 6 segments on Raw and 12 segments on SmackDown. Let's,
Save it for part 3.
I'm just saying. I don't like it.
I know. Well, that's what we're talking about. Part 3 we're going to talk about is the brand split coming back, and what wrestlers are in the wrong promotions. We'll start that little segment in part 3. Let's come on back for part 3. Let's talk about that right here at Top Rope Reality. I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm just a kind.
We'll see in a few clicks.